Good morning, Bachelor Nation. Thank you for being here with E.T. for Roses and Rosé Live. I have none other than Team Corinne here. Round of applause for Corinne in the studio. Girl, you brought a high pony to play today. I love this. Yeah, flip it around and tell me how you're feeling about this season of The Bachelorette. Give me one word.
No.
You guys, I knew she would have her hot takes. I'm so excited that Corinne is here to talk about Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette. And of course, last night we had hometowns. Hometowns happened. We had the final four. Now it's the final three. Sports are not my thing, but The Bachelorette is. And I want to know what you thought of last night's episode. And of course, your questions for Corinne, because we're going to catch up with all that's going on with her as well. Send them to us. We will get your comments here on the iPad, and I will ask them of Miss Corinne. So, your word is no. Your word is no. Tell me a little bit about why.
I just haven't really been able to get so into it. I don't know. I think she's great. She's a lovely human. Wow. Amazing inside and out. I'm just not into the season.
Okay, fair. Well, last night was hometowns. I've been up and down on it. I think it's picked up in the past couple episodes. Okay. And first we started off with Garrett. I want to talk to you about Garrett. Garrett's the one who had the Instagram scandal moment.
Yeah.
What did you think of his apology, especially someone, being so active and wonderful on social media like you are?
I mean, you just got to be smart enough that if you're going to be in the public eye and you're going to that social media is life right now. Don't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unless you don't care. Which, I mean, if someone does something that dramatic, clearly you don't care. So, phony apology.
Okay, so you did not believe it. You were not into his apology. Another no from Corinne. Okay, well, we're going to see. We will talk to Garrett eventually, when this all winds down. So Garrett and Becca went to his home. They planted some plants on his farm. What did you think of that hometown visit? I don't know, he brought her up on the tractor, and he was telling her, could you see yourself out here on the tractor planting?
What? So ridiculous.
I just think it's weird because I think in that moment, I don't know, especially if you're doing something you've never done before, maybe you're sure, this is fun, but I think I would have said, no, I'm not going to be out here on the tractor planting the things, but that's just me. Maybe Becca's really into it.
Okay, then.
Garrett, we also met his family, and his mom was very intense. She said she is a mother bear. She said that she was going to go no holds barred. I loved her. What did you think of his family?
Great.
Great.
Great family.
Yeah, they were not messing around. And Garrett has really opened up about having been divorced, married once before. I wanted to get your take, especially being, of course, a contestant on the show. How much are you encouraged to talk about your family? Were you hesitant to bring up any family drama? These guys have really divulged, really given the info on their families.
I feel like you just feel like you have to. Meeting someone, trying to get engaged to someone in such a quick amount of time, such a short amount of time, I'm sorry. You just feel like you have to get it all out there, because if something's not going to work, you want to know now.
That makes sense. You really got to dig in.
Yeah.
So from Garrett, we are going to move on to Jason, because she went to Jason next in New York. And Jason, I like, but I don't know. She keeps saying he's a great kisser, but I'm just not sure.
I don't feel a connection.
Tell me why.
I don't know. When I watch them, I just don't feel sparks or magic or wow, they're really into each other. And I felt like their date was a little bit awkward.
He keeps getting thrown into bar and restaurant situations.
I don't know.
Last week we were on his one-on-one. He went on a happy hour. Then they were eating wings. It wasn't very, I don't know. I didn't love it as television. What do you think of Jason's hair? Because I always love your take on things.
Well, last night I was watching and I blurted out that he looked like he just got out of a fryer. But
it's a lot of slickness to it.
It's too much.
It's a dated look, if I'm being honest, Jason. And I think he's a good-looking guy, and I think he's really funny.
Not into it. He reminds me a little bit of Kermit the Frog.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
He always reminds me of a different movie. He's very much a character to me with that hair, and it's very 80s New York. I feel like I could see him on Wall Street with his look. I'm ready.
I feel like he looks like he should be smoking a cigar, going hello, punk.
So Jason we like, but I don't know if I'm seeing.
No, they're not going to end up together.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Well, what was strange to me in watching this whole hometown episode, and I want to know what you guys think, so tell me if you felt the same, is that last week, Becca said not to Blake, but on camera, that she's in love with Blake. So it's very strange to watch her interactions with these other guys and to feel like they feel really solid and real when we know that in the back of her head she's in love with Blake.
It's a whole lot of emotions when you're
Is it confusing?
thrown into there. Yeah, it's very confusing. It's really stressful, and I don't blame her for feeling feelings, but still trying to feel feelings to other people.
I like that. You feel the feelings, but you're still trying to feel the other
In your feelings.
Because why should she keep trying? Like, is it because she still needs to explore? Like, how?
Yeah, you still need to explore. Like, great, you started feeling feelings for someone, but you want to see if there's anything else there still. Fine. If there really isn't, and she knows there isn't, then send them home.
Okay.
Even if you just go from straight to 4 to 2, you know what I mean?
Well, we will see if she's sent home. We also had Blake. I like Blake. Tell me your
Blake
thoughts.
had the shooting at the school.
That was so real
It was
and so
so
intense when
sad.
he talked about that.
It gave me such chills. A good family friend of mine was actually involved in the shooting in Parkland, Florida.
Oh my gosh.
It was her school, but she was actually sick that day. But a few of her friends got really injured, and it's just been a really dramatic time. So that hit close to home for me. So I love his positivity.
Well, and I love that the show did go in a route of like leaving that conversation in, because sometimes I feel like we've gotten hints before that, and you know, again, they're making a TV show, but I remember Ari saying, well, Becca and I did talk about, like he told Becca's family, we talked about politics and religion. I thought, but we never saw those conversations.
You don't see a lot of stuff. Me and Nick had so many real relationship conversations that were never shown. They just showed me like jumping on him in a bounce house or being ridiculous, you know? They didn't show like my actual really deep combos that I had with Nick. So I get it.
Was that frustrating?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay, comments coming in. Cecile wants to know, let's dive right into Colton because we're going to talk about Colton.
Yes.
She wants to know, do you think that Colton was sent home because Tia told Becca
No.
about her feelings for him?
I honestly am bothered by that whole situation. I don't even see why Tia felt the need to tell her that she had feelings for him, because what does it matter? She has nothing to do with anything. Becca is the Bachelorette, and Colton is one of her guys. Why would Becca care if Tia had feelings for him? It would be different if Colton had gone to Becca and said, hey, I have feelings for Tia. I'm going to leave and go try to find Tia. But for Tia to just come on her season and be like, I have feelings for Colton, and okay.
Well, and I think Becca, she said that she was frustrated because she'd sort of given Tia that chance earlier in the season. She'd seen
Like,
Tia.
don't come in now and try to do that. Come on. Come on. Are you, like, really thirsty or what? I'm over it. It really pisses me off, actually. I think that's really rude, and I think it's really disrespectful, and I think that it was way out of line, and that should not have been allowed.
So do you think when you say thirsty, do you mean that Tia was...
Like, come on. You just want him now because Becca's going far with him.
Okay.
Like...
Wants what she can't have, that's what you think?
Kind of. I mean...
Do you think it was like thirsty that she was just wanting Colton, or thirsty like she wanted a moment to be back on TV?
I mean, we're all always going to be on TV one way or another, so I don't think it was that. I think it was more just like, come on. Like, you just... Now you want him? Like...
Interesting.
No.
Well, we do know, it was revealed last night after Colton was sent home, that Colton goes to paradise.
Obviously.
Shockingly. And we know Tia was in paradise.
So obviously they went on a date. There's already been photos leaked of them on a date. And great, they're going to wind up together and have babies, and he's a virgin and whatever.
Okay, but you don't believe that he's a
virgin. Because he already lied about so many other things.
Interesting.
Liar.
So I've thought about this, and tell me what you think. My deal is, I think if he really wasn't a virgin, wouldn't a woman have come forward at this point, like gone to a blog, said something,
I
been like,
get
no, he's
that,
lying?
and I've thought about that, but there has to be one way or another, like a drunken night, no one knows names, this, that. I feel like it happened.
You do?
I do.
So you're calling Colton out, you think Colton is lying?
I'm calling BS.
Okay, interesting. I mean, it was... unique to watch his discussions with his family during his hometown last night because, like, Becca was talking to his mom, and his mom was like, yeah, he kind of just told me that. I was like, is his mom saying that he just told her that he's a virgin? Like, it was so wild.
The whole thing just makes me honestly really uncomfortable.
Well, if we want to talk about a moment, if we can bring up, guys, the moment that Colton had with Chris Harrison.
Why?
Let's play this sound and relive it. Here is Colton asking Chris Harrison for advice about fantasy suites, which are about to happen next week.
I guess I just want to know sort of what the expectations are.
Are you saying you were worried about being intimate with Becca?
At this point?
Yeah. The main thing is as long as you and Becca are on the same page and have been, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
How you choose to handle that as a man, as a couple, how Becca chooses to handle it, that's up to you. That's kind of the whole point of it.
Chris Harrison's eyes in that moment.
Yeah, he was like, okay. Just very awkward and bizarre thing to bring up randomly. Like, okay, what is Chris Harrison going to do?
Such a good question. I'm like, of all, I don't know, maybe he felt like who else could he talk to? Maybe
No,
he was encouraged
no.
to. What do you think?
No, there's so many people there that you can talk to, believe me.
So why did he go to Chris Harrison?
I think he just wanted to have like a moment.
Interesting. What do you think of all this charity work? We saw it last night on Colton
Beautiful.
State. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Honestly, saint work.
I think that it'll be interesting to hear more from Colton. And I want to make it clear, totally Colton's thing that he's a virgin, have no problem with it. It was just, we had some fun, funny, interesting moments last night to watch as all of that played out. Especially when he said that his relationship with his dad was like a coach. I was like, that is interesting. There's so much to dig into there.
So much baggage there.
Yes. Diane from YouTube said, Corinne, you are so naturally beautiful. Love you with your hair pulled back. Asia from YouTube is disagreeing with us. She likes Jason's hair. Well, it's an old school look for sure.
It's an acquired taste, ladies. Come on.
It's a thing that you might be into or not. I like Jason. I think he's funny. Jenny says, Blake for Bachelor. He's such a cutie. Who is your call for Bachelor? I mean, if you know anything, let's not reveal.
I don't know anything.
Okay. Do you think Blake would be a good Bachelor?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You know what? Because he's already, again, like sharing so much. And I think as the lead, you have to share so much. I saw you also said recently that you felt like you should have been the Bachelorette, which I would have loved to watch. Tell me, would you be Bachelorette now?
I think America would have loved to watch that because y'all know, I just said y'all. Y'all know I'm going to be real. I'm going to be whatever. But honestly, everything happens for a reason. I have an amazing boyfriend and I'm so happy.
If you were single in the future, would you do Bachelorette in the future?
I really hope I'm never going to be single in the future, but yes, I would, of course. I love my Bachelor family. I love my Bachelor Nation. I love my little batchies, of course.
So the thing is, I know you and Rachel are tight, but when you're like, well, I should have been the Bachelorette, it was Rachel instead. Like, I don't know, is that?
No, I'm not saying that I should have been instead of anyone.
Okay.
I should just be one, is what I meant.
I love it.
Rachel killed it. Rachel's my girl.
She really did kill it. But I know that you have said that you feel like the past couple seasons were pretty tame. I mean, tell me what you think the issue is.
I just shut it down.
Yeah.
I really just shut it down. I set the bar too high for y'all. I'm kidding. No, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like the show's changing. Everything's changing. It's a different era, and we gotta get back in the groove. Gotta find our niche again. Is it niche or niche?
I think it's preference.
Okay.
But you know what? Commenters, let us know what you do. When you say that, I think you're right in that I'm ready for like something new to be tried. I mean, what do you mean by get back in the groove? Tell me what you think they should do.
It used to be like so special, so emotional. Now it's like, all right, who's going to be this character? Who's going to be this character? How many followers are you going to get? What can you sponsor? Like, you know, and it used to never be about any of that.
Yeah, I think Instagram has changed people's reasons.
Oh my God, it changed everything.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, right? Can you think of any way they could combat that? Like in
older people, late 20s, early 30s. I think that it needs to be an older crowd. I don't think that there should be 22, 23-year-olds on it anymore. I think that it should be people who are really there to find love.
Looking back, do you feel like you were at a good age to go on it? Like, what is the age? And you're saying, yeah, like.
Well, if I
'cause-
were to tell my sister
Yeah.
to go on it, I'd say you're not going on it unless you're 25 or older.
Okay, so
No
around the
way.
mid-20s.
I was 24. I feel like I was right there, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
Well, I'm with you because, originally the premise of the show was really kind of bringing in people who'd had a hard time finding love. And when
Exactly.
you're 22, 23, it's like, I haven't even had a minute yet. You're just out of college.
Oh, I just broke up with my boyfriend.
Take
It was so sad.
Take a minute for that struggle. Yes. So many comments coming in for you. Another one on YouTube. This person says, I like Garrett and I don't like Garrett. My feelings are complicated.
Hey, I'm right there with you, honey.
Tell me why.
I just really don't like you gotta be smarter. And I believe that he is smarter, and I believe that he knew what he was doing writing those comments. And I believe that he believes in what he wrote.
So now he's just backtracking. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I feel like he is not down for the aftermath.
All right. Well, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. Mandy says, Corinne, who do you think Becca should pick then?
I think Becca should pick Blake.
And Blake is just, he's wonderful. I love Blake. I really
But
do.
if she doesn't pick him, next Bachelor, hell yes.
We are here for Blake. So, of course, Colton was sent home. And I wasn't surprised by this. I think that Becca was very attracted to Colton. Do you think that it was
I was
Tia?
surprised.
You were? Tell me why.
I was surprised because if Becca really wasn't feeling it, right when Tia told her that, even though I think Tia was totally wrong to do that, Becca should have just been like, you know what? He's not really there for me yet anyway, and I'm really happy you told me that, and I want to tell you that he's not there for me yet. You know what I mean? She made it as if, no, I love him. What? But, yeah, I don't know. I was really surprised. And then I thought she was just going to keep him there out of spite. So I was like, he's not going home.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Colton was sent home, and we have got the final 3 now. And yeah, I'm with you. I love Blake. It's like I both want Becca to pick Blake, and I think Blake would be a great Bachelor.
final 2 is Blake and Garrett.
Bum, bum, bum.
Beep, beep, beep.
It was kind of crazy to hear Jason say that he's in love. All these guys I feel have fallen really hard for her. They're all really here. We got the Bachelor in Paradise promo last night, and I wanted to talk to you about Paradise returning. It's just kind of crazy that all the scandal stuff was a year ago at this point. Does that feel strange to you?
It really does, honestly. People don't realize what I actually went through going through something like that. And it's so bizarre, but it's also so refreshing that it's a year ago and we're starting a new chapter, and it's been a really wild year. And people don't realize all the struggles I really have gone through. So, with me picking myself back up, throwing myself back into work, I am a businesswoman. Believe me, a lot of business disappeared from that. And it was really hard for me because it wasn't my fault. It wasn't me that said something. I never said a bad word about anyone, made a complaint, this, that, So, hard year.
Was it the hardest year of your life?
It was. It really was. I think it was the hardest year of my life and my family's life.
So when you look back,
one of the hardest for my family, besides my mom going through cancer and things like that, obviously.
But you had to deal with so much scrutiny,
you
said.
Yeah.
When you're saying people don't realize what you went through, what would you want to tell those people so that they understand what you did go through better?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and a lot of people don't realize how intense it is being in that situation. I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I probably looked at my phone maybe half a second every day. Maybe half a second. And I would throw it and just not even care about it. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. I was just let this be over.
Because it was just
too hard. And it feels never ending. I literally felt at the time this is never going to go away.
When you were shutting yourself out from the world like that, was it because it was just too hard to process it all?
I think I just really needed to go under the radar. Less is more in situations like that. And I needed to heal my own self. Yeah. It was a healing process.
I remember DeMario saying, too, he lost weight during it.
Oh, my God. We were both a mess. Hot mess.
So looking back a year later, what do you feel like you learned from everything you went through?
I'm proud of myself. I am a strong woman, and I hope that other women can, feel strong in situations where they feel weak.
Yeah.
And, bring themselves back up and show the world that they're strong and make a comeback and that nothing can get you down for good.
Do you think you were stronger even than you realized?
I am so much stronger than I have ever known.
So it's been a year. We're about to embark on the new season of Bachelor in Paradise. What do you think that the show needs to do, or what do you want to see them do with this first season since, all that happened?
I think everything really is, like, in order. Like, they changed the drinking rules and things like that. I'm excited to see how it is. I think that everyone's going to have a really great time, and I hope people find love there.
Will we see you on Paradise at all? A cameo or anything? Okay.
Not this year.
Okay. Well, I'm really... I'm glad to hear you feel like, it seems like you feel you're just in a much better place than you were a year ago, of course.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself, and I'm happy.
And you're with somebody new. Tell us about this boyfriend. You guys have been going out for a couple months now, and you seem very happy.
I am. His name is John.
And how did you meet?
We met through friends, which is the best way to meet.
Okay. And what is
Yeah.
it about him that's got you all
He's
giddy?
just, like, so amazing. He's kind and caring, and he's supportive, and he's, like, confident in his own, on his own, and funny on his own. I'm just like, he's the pack.
Because
He's
that's
the package.
He's the package. I feel like you had said this to me before, that it's just really hard to find somebody, especially because you were sort of thrust into the spotlight so quickly. It was hard to find someone who could handle all that.
John knew exactly who I was and, like, did not even tell me. I, like, didn't know he knew anything. And, like, he just kept his cool, and he was, like, feeling me out the same way I was feeling him out. So normal. It was awesome.
Just good to have a normal interaction.
So norm.
And what does he do for a living?
He does everything. He's
Great.
an entrepreneur. He's really smart, and he's going to be a really big success. So I'm there to support him the way he's here to support me.
Okay, so you're really, really happy with this guy.
Yes.
What level are we like? We're in love, we're falling in love, we're hanging
We
out
love
all
each
the time?
other.
You love it, you're in love, okay.
I love him.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in a year.
Yeah.
And I know you and Demario are still close. Has he met Demario or any of your guy friends? Does he have a stamp of approval from family or friends?
Family approves. Best friend approves. Finally. Everyone loves John. He's Prince Charming. He lights up the room. Unfortunately, like, all the ladies love him. He's just a charmer.
I was laughing with you about this because you Instagrammed, there was like a magazine cover or something where an outlet said that he looked like Nick Viall.
Oh my God.
And I don't see it.
No, it's so
I don't
false.
see it.
So true or so false? So false.
So we are not here for these comparisons. No. And you and Nick, last time Nick was here, we did an interview with him, and you guys kind of go back and forth a little bit. How are you and Nick right now?
I'm just not going to touch on that.
Okay.
But what I will touch on is that I did recently see him, and it was cordial. At first it was not, and then it was, so it's fine. We'll get into that later.
Okay. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's cordial. Okay. Cordial is the word you use.
I call him Debbie.
Because...
He's just so Debbie Downing all the time. And everyone says it to me, and I'm like, I know, poor thing. Yeah. Let's help him out, guys.
Okay, well, cordial is good. It's good to be cordial.
Yes.
Cordial.
I'm a lady.
Love it. So we have a new season of Bachelor in Paradise. You are dating this wonderful guy, and I know that you're so busy with so many projects. I want to talk to you about a little platinum moment you're having. Tell me about it.
Okay, well... This has been a huge dream of mine that I actually got close to doing last year, which I had to sweep under the rug for a little bit when the scandal happened. My lips are my pride and joy. I've had big lips since I was teeny tiny baby, and I hated them when I was little. And I would always try to make them look smaller. I would, like, underline my lips.
How times have changed.
I know.
How times have changed. Thank you, Kylie Jenner.
Now I love my lips, and I love mix and matching colors and lipsticks, and I always, like, did my own stuff. A lot of people wanted to know what I was wearing when I was on The Bachelor. It was a mixture of a few different things. Finally, I'm making my own beauty shop.
Amazing. And
a
it
lot of
is.
Platinum Beauty Shop to come. I don't want to spoil it too much, but you guys are going to love it. There's shades for everyone and every part of your body, everything. It's going to be great.
Every part of your body. I love that because we know where the platinum thing originates from, your signature phrase.
Yes.
So, and you know,
Dropping Friday. by the
Dropping
way.
Friday.
Dropping
Okay,
Friday.
So check it out Friday, you guys. Amazing. Congrats. You got so excited
Thank
you
you.
can't breathe.
I know.
That is crazy when you were just talking about like feeling like you lost business opportunities.
I did.
Tell me a little, like, I mean, how many you felt like you lost money, and what were people saying to you that they just didn't want to?
They just didn't want to be associated with me, and that's so fine. But you know, some people did come back because they realized I didn't do that. I wasn't in the wrong there. No one was in the wrong. It was just something that needed to be investigated. That's it. And a lot of people came back, and that's when I was like, no, I'm not going to work with anyone that doubts me. I'm not going to be put down as a woman, as a human. I know what I am. I know where I come from. I know my worth, and I'm not dealing with anyone that thinks otherwise.
All right, Team Corn. Yes.
Yes, queen.
Oh, I love that, especially because, you know, we're in such a great time for women right now. And I think, you know, this show has such
Everyone.
Yes.
We're in a great time for everyone to be who you are.
Yes.
No matter what that may be.
Well, and the show has such a female audience. So, you know, I was talking to Rachel about that a little bit. Like she said, being the Bachelorette was very empowering. And I want to keep seeing the show do that. Like empower women and let them have their moment and make their calls and decisions. And it's awesome. All right. So Platinum Beauty out Friday. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Corinne. You guys, thank you as always for talking to us about The Bachelorette. We are winding down. We just have a few more episodes left. Colton did not make it to Fantasy Suites.
Ooh.
What an interesting episode that would have been. But we have Garrett, we have Blake, we have Jason. We want to know who you think Becca is going to choose. So let us know. And a new episode of Roses Rosé will be up on our YouTube channel later today. And Corinne, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, follow her on social media. Check out Platinum Beauty. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.